Hi, this is Edwene Gaines. I'm speaking to you from the deck of my beautiful retreat center meeting room in Valley Head, Alabama. It's Rock Ridge Retreat Center, and we'd love to have you come. I'd like to share some ideas with you today about setting your goals. What is it you really want? The master teacher said, ask and you shall receive. He didn't say, make me guess. What is your heart's desire? And are you willing to do what it takes to have it? Charles Fillmore says in his book Prosperity that desire is the onward impulse of the ever-evolving soul. That desire that we have in our heart mind was placed there by God to lead us along our spiritual pathway. We honor God when we go for our desires. So how do we do it? Well, my suggestion is that you take some time apart a while, away from the family, away from the dogs and cats and the duties of the day, and spend some time alone with God. And ask yourself questions like, what would I do if I could do anything I wanted to do? What if money were no object? What if I could have anything I wanted to have, be anything I wanted to be, do anything I wanted to do? What would that look like? And be honest with yourself. Tell yourself the truth. You see, I believe that God wants you to have what you want if you're willing to do your part. So here's my technique. I get myself a notebook and I write my goals down very specifically. Catherine Ponder, who's been one of my teachers for years, says the more specific you are when you write your goals, the quicker you will have your demonstration. So when I write my goals, I write them very clearly. I don't say, I want a new dress. I say the color, the fabric, the size, all sorts of specific details. You don't say, I want to go on vacation. You say where you want to go, what you want to do when you get there, how you want to travel, how long you want to be gone, very specific details. The more specific you are, the quicker it'll show up for you. And, very important, they must be written goals, not held up in your head, but written down on paper. Then after you have this goal list done, things that you want right now, then you begin to ask yourself questions like, what must I change about myself in order to accomplish each one of these goals? Now, folks, as soon as you ask that question, the answer is right there. You don't have to go on a vision quest for 5 years. It's right there. All you have to do is ask, what must I change about myself? Now, please notice, I did not say, what must you change about your spouse or your children or your job? There are things about ourselves that we must alter in order to be willing to receive what is here for us. So, you're doing that now. And then what you have to do, very, very important, is you have to set a date. If you don't put a date down there, you're living in la-la land. Someday never comes. When do you want to get married? When do you want to buy that Harley with your tattoo on your tush? When do you want to run a marathon? Put a date down. And then this one I love because it's almost like playing. Take positive action toward each goal. Do what you can do today in order to convince your subconscious mind that you mean business. For example, let's say you decide you're going to take off next month and go backpacking through Europe. You're not going to make any advanced plans. Maybe you'll get a Brit Rail pass or Euro pass ahead of time, but you're just going to go with no advanced reservations. What could you do today to signal yourself, your higher self, that you mean business? Well, you could get a backpack. You could get yourself some good, comfortable walking shoes. You could make sure your passport's up to date. Do you see? There's all sorts of specific things that you can do to get ready for your good. God's ready when we are. I love this little story because it reminds me somehow of where I am on my pathway. Imagine for a moment that you're a child and you go to your parents. Maybe you're 3 or 4 and you're just kind of feeling really good about yourself. And you go to your mama or your papa and you say, please, could I have a Harley Davidson motorcycle? And your parents, because they love you more than life itself, you're the most precious thing they've ever had. They would give you their heart if you needed it. They say to you, yes, my child, of course, you can have a Harley Davidson just as soon as you're able to handle it. Will you join me? Let's get ready to handle it. I'll see you soon. God bless.